Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Madisonville Marine. Spring is here, as we told you earlier, literally today. That means summer is coming fast. If you want to enjoy East Tennessee's lakes and rivers, go boat shopping at Madisonville Marine, another of my clients that's been here for 40 years. They've been taking care of customers and repeat customers. There's no better place to buy a boat. That's their slogan. That's the truth. Madisonville Marine. All right, Mark Pankratz back again. This is going to be a quick segment. The SEC sent a whopping 3 teams to the NCAA tournament. They're in the middle of a 4-year rut that is their worst since I think 80 to 83 before the tournament even expanded. Only 13 bids in the last 4 years. The SEC came out and hired Mike Tranghese, former commissioner of the Big East, as a consultant. 3 years ago, they hired Greg Shaheen, who was a bigwig with the NCAA tournament, to come in as a consultant. Didn't help. They keep talking about making schedules tougher. Doesn't help. What's wrong with SEC basketball, Mark?
Well, they've made schedules tougher. They're just not beating any of them. We're 16-35 versus the Power 5 conferences.
Some of them have made it better. Yeah. Some schools haven't. But yes.
But
the key is you got to win them.
We got to win them. And so then I go a step further. We got to get better coaches, and I think we've seen that with Coach Pearl, with Ben Howland, with Avery Johnson, with Coach Barnes. Then it goes on to me, it's recruiting. I don't think we do a good job as a league of recruiting good basketball players. We got a whole bunch of athletes. We got guys that can run up down the court, but the league as a whole does not do a good job of recruiting high IQ basketball guys that can shoot the ball and putting together a team as opposed to just a hodgepodge of athletes.
All right, quick question here. The SEC is a gold mine of football talent. Football is king down here. Is it possible the best athletes down south choose football over basketball, and that's why you don't have the recruiting base?
Oh, no doubt. I think we talk about it going back home, and you go play pickup basketball as 30-years-olds.
In Chicago.
Right, in Chicagoland area, people just know how to play differently. And then you come down and play down here, the same would be said for football. If I go out and play flag football right now, I look like a fool because I don't really know. Send out a route. I don't know what the route is. Just draw it on your hand, and that'll show me where to go.
Let me ask you this one. Money. Let me show you some stats here. Let's see if money is an issue. This is average hoops expenses per school. The numbers come from the Department of Education for the year 2013-14. All right. ACC schools, on average, $9 million on basketball. Big 12 spent 8.38. Big 10, 7.69. SEC teams spent an average of 7.56, but there's a caveat. You take Kentucky's $20 million a year out of it, the SEC drops to 6.67. Wow. Pac-12 is 6.5. All right, of all those 5 Power 5 conferences, there are 5, 4 of them sent 7 bids, got 7 bids to the tournament. One of them got 3. Now, the Pac-12 didn't spend big that year, but you see the numbers. And also, Conzo Martin's last year, that's 2013-14, Tennessee spent, in case you're wondering, against that effort, they spent $6 million. So,
do we all need to refrain from the Kentucky jabs about the higher pay number?
Yes, yes, we do. But we got Kentucky viewers we want to keep happy in Bell County and Whitley County. We love you. Here's the question, though: money an issue? You think?
I think.
Looking at that,
I think it is because the emphasis in recruiting and being able to go and fly and see people and see the kids all across the country and not just in your own the SEC footprint.
I think there's one school, I think this gets back to what Chuck talked about earlier in terms of you're a football school or a basketball school. Some occasionally you'll have a team that's good in football that has a good basketball year or two or vice versa. For the most part, it tends to be true. Football schools versus basketball schools. In the SEC, only one school spends more on basketball than football in 2013-14. Kentucky, obviously.
Yes.
The only other school that spent more than $10 million was Florida. So, all right, guys. I've got fill-in-the-blank questions. We got Lady Vols, we got MTSU, we got Conzo Martin's loss. We got a lot of stuff. Fill-in-the-blank questions next about the NCAA tournament. I'm going to let all of them talk. It's not just the Mark Pankratz show. Come on back on the Sports Source.